I want to invite Mr. Ademola Adedeji to give us his welcome address.
Let's put our hands together for Mr. Macaroni. One of the things that endeared me to him was the student weather event organized by our beloved friend, Mr. Emmanuel Modebe. This young man just gave a brief chat, and with the little time he had, which was like an event, it was not even, he didn't prepare for it. So I listened to what he said under that little time, short time he had, and I was greatly impressed. So when we have an opportunity of putting this event together, and I was looking for someone that the young people will easily identify with, what came to my mind first was Mr. Macaroni. But that's not the way to start a welcome speech. I should have started by sending my greetings to you first. But this me, I don't like to follow the strict regular of doing things. I believe that people that make great impact, that people that act out of they do things that appear not to be totally normal. Now, this morning, I want to start by appreciating our presence in this place. I look around and I look at the great people seated in my front. It's a great honor to call a meeting and you have one or two people in attendance. It's those that have an understanding of what they will pick out of a meeting that work their way into it. So I want to celebrate you for being here this morning, and I can assure you that you have a whole lot to gain from this gathering. Following the normal order, I will start by welcoming specially into our midst this morning a great man, but whom when you meet ordinarily, you can't imagine how far he had gone in life. He's here this morning, as one of our very our special guests, to usher us into the live mentoring session. But he's also wearing a second cap. He's going to give us the keynote address. And it's no other person than our own Mr. Tomini Oni. I would like to seize the honor of just bringing him to the front seat, sir. I called his name, but let me also quickly add to you that the man coming before us is the HR director of Friesland Campina, WAMCO, Nigeria PLC. If I want to begin to dig deep into his profile, you will be amazed that such a man could come to a meeting as this. This is a man that has cross-cultural experience in the management of people. We call it human resources. He worked across Europe, in the Netherlands, in the UK, with Shell, and is presently in Nigeria. So he has gone far, and he has so much to offer and to add to each and every one of us. I've been privileged to listen to him talk on 2 occasions. And there was one of such meetings that when he finished speaking, I went to his meeting and I said, sir, I think you need to be my mentor. But interestingly, he was so busy and occupied that I thought he didn't even pick my word. But somehow we are together. So I'm very honored to have you, sir. Thank you very much. I also want to bring to the front seat a wonderful and lovely lady. She's a barrister, a legal practitioner. There's something about her with the young people. She has a very great insight and understanding of what the young people go through when it comes to their relationships. And I've seen her on few occasions interacting with some people. And at times, I got amazed. Where did he get this wisdom from? She can make you to pose a question that will bring you out of a crisis if you are into a wrong relationship already. And it's no other person than our beloved friend and sister, Barrister Nike Olawepo. We have some of our friends that will be joining the panel. And maybe at this junction, I would like Dr. R.S. Dauda to suspend the administrative work for this moment. Let's bring it forward. Is the coordinator of the Run MBA programs. Is one of us at the Redefined Education Endowment Foundation. Is going to be one of the people on the panel of mentors this morning. I want to quickly recognize some of the faculty members on the Redefined Education Endowment Foundation that are already in the house. We're expecting some of us to join us as well. We have with us Dr. J. Yes. I want to call his full name. The other one is escaping my mind now. But let me go straight to the one I can remember quickly. Dr. Rotimi Julius Adeoye. People in the theater art, you know him. Beyond that, I congratulated him after the convocation when I saw the sustainability of the award he has introduced for people in the theater art, the people in the creativity arms of this university. And that has been on for some time now. Since the demise of his wife, the lovely Oyeyemi Olubumi Julius Adeoye, he introduced an award in her name, and that has been sustained over time. Let me quickly suspend this as we rise to our feet to acknowledge the presence of one of the great men in the entertainment industry, Akin Alabi. You can have your sister. I will go to him later. Let me continue on Dr. Julius Adeoye. So I want to bring all the faculty members in the house to this side, in the front. All the faculty members. I'm starting with Dr. Julius Adeoye. You can come to the front, sir. Before I proceed on bringing the faculty members to the front seat, I will quickly want to bring someone that has done the job of a very humble man for me this morning. I asked him that I can't leave this place now, and I need to bring this great man that I've been around since yesterday because of his great passion for the young people. I need to bring him aboard. When I was coming in the morning to just pay to give him a greeting to say good morning, sir, he was already ready. He want to just enter into his shoe and start. I said no. When the place is set, I'll come back for you. And we've been waiting for our friends. They are coming one in twos, and we know the place will be reasonably fit to some extent as we proceed. So I now asked him that I can't just leave this place. You have to do me a favor. And I told him where to go. That I have to bring this man down to this place. I'm talking about Mr. Oluwadare. He's the head of the HR department of Redeemers University. At a time, he had to leave the country to pursue a further study in the United Kingdom. And despite all that, you expect him to run away from there. But we still have him in our midst. So he's going to be among the people that will be on the panel this morning. You may hear him talking about communication and everything in that direction. Let's bring him to the front. Sir. Still on the faculty members, I want to bring this great man. As a matter of fact, he's one of the people that fast track what we are doing now. And it started from the Futures Leader Summit that we held for the secondary school students. So at the beginning of this initiative, we have a lot of great things we want to do, but we feel like taking things one step after the other. So we started with the outreach to the secondary school. We call it Stand Out. And at some point, we need to re-strategize to see how we can use the limited resources we have to make great impact. And he said, what about bringing the student to this place? And immediately he said that thing struck something within me. And I said, that's it. And I'm talking about Mr. Adesoya. He's a great man in the biological sciences. I said, that's done. I started the process, went to the deputy governor, went to places, and we had that program. But as somebody that's always been on the feed with me, right from the beginning of this initiative, is a very great but a humble man. Many people hardly know the great treasure that is locked inside of him. But you will discover him. He's the designer of the website of the Redefined Education Endowment Foundation. And he's no other than Prince Marvel. We know him as Modibi. So you are free, except if you feel like working for us. My wife is one of the faculty members on Tree Fund. She's a great researcher. She's also an administrator. She's an HR person. She's a right hand. She has a man or woman to Mr. Oluwadare. So I wouldn't know if you love to sit in the front, but I know you are okay there. Just stand up for recognition. Mrs. Ademola Sayo Adedeji. We have in our midst also Mr. Lekolo Alogbon, one of us. I'm very sure is going to be greatly busy this morning. But you can stand up for recognition, sir. It's one of the faculty members. So I have a lot of great people in our midst. Dr. Ononai just walking. He's one of the senior lecturers here. Sir, you are welcome, sir. And we have the head of the IT unit in our midst, the humble pastor. Maybe on this occasion you prefer me introduce as Mrs. Ogutude. So I've spoken so much, and I want to go straight to some points. I want to first say that I welcome you all to the live mentoring session of the Redefined Education Endowment Foundation, aka Tree Funds. This is our first event this year for the audience of this class, for the audience of this category. But the second, following our event, Future Leaders Summit for high school students that was held here on the 26th of May, the year 2016. Our mission for that event was to steer the interest of those people, the young friends of that category, the secondary school students, to fire in them the interest for a university education. And we especially appreciate the support we had from SGID. For some of us that are friends or visitors to this place, SGID is a World Bank sponsored organization. And though it has its base in Redeemers University, but it's extended to some universities in West African country. So they saw the Tree Fund initiative and they saw the event we had there, and they look at it, they saw the great potential in it, and they partnered with us on that event. I also want to seize the opportunity to appreciate the product support we received from Friesland, Campina, Wanko at that event. We had some milk that we were able to give to the children. But today, we stand in the front of more mature audience. This is a more mature audience. We have here this morning the majority class of young adults being groomed to take over the leadership of the corporate world, the business world, the politics, and the academia. Therefore, our focus is on bringing home to you the key factors that are integral to competence, which lays the premise for productivity. Our theme, competence, is called to skill plus attitude. Explain why we are where we are. Competence is called to skill plus attitude. It explains why we are where we are. It also explains why we have what we have. And when I say why, I'm referring to you as an individual. If you have an understanding of this thing, it will make you to understand why you are where you are now and why you have what you have at this stage. Your skill will qualify you for a position, but your attitude will determine how long you can sustain it. I'd like you to ruminate on that statement. On the other hand, with your right attitude, you will always enjoy the goodwill of good people. But when you lack the required skill to deliver an expected result, you will fall out of favor. Ruminate on that as well. You may have the right attitude that make people to love you. They may recommend you for positions, but when you lack the required skill, your attitude will not be able to sustain you in that position. There's one good lesson I've learned in life. I'm a playwright. I'm also a script writer. I've learned that you don't always have to act out your story. Dr. Julius Adoye and our beloved Akanlabi here will bear me witness. You don't have to act out your story. So if I can get the right card to relate my story well to the audience, what else do I do than just watch as the experts play their role? So what I've simply done this morning is to play the role of a scriptwriter and a playwright. And this morning, I'm highly honored to bring to you some experts that will play the role that will impact greatly in your life. With great honor, I've brought together tested, proven, and trusted professionals and highly talented individuals. Today we have before us Mr. Tomini Yoni. I've introduced him earlier. He's the HR director of Friesland Campina. He's a man that speaks with practical precision. He speaks with practical precision. You can never have enough of him. And I can tell you here also, so simple and humble. When I met him yesterday and I saw his simplicity, I was greatly awed compared to what you see of him when you see him on the social media, when you see him in the entertainment industry. Speaking of Akanlabi, he's one of the leading Nigerian cinematographers. He's an award winner for that respect. He started his journey to stardom while he was an undergraduate, like many of you. Majority of people here this morning are undergraduates. I could remember then at our permanent site, because we were in the same fellowship, but we had a very big fellowship. And at that time, University of Ilorin was not on the same campus. It was on the other side, the mini campus, while some of us in science, I could remember Mr. Oguntunde also went through University of Ilorin. We're on the permanent site. And I heard about a student that did something that was uncommon for us at that time. He launched a book, and he also launched an album. And we are wondering, who is this guy? But today, the world knows who he is. Yesterday we were saying something, and he was sharing one of his great work that he's doing now. He may not want me to say much about it, but he has gone far of getting the interest of the Oni of Ife to do a forward for a great work that you'll be amazed when you see it. So you can know how far an individual like that has gone. Yet, it seems it's just starting when you look at what he's doing. I'm still awaiting a very lovely friend by the name Ademola Sayo, the financial diva. I expect her to join us soon. She told me, is he the one I'm looking at? So she told me she's on her way from Lagos. There's something about this lady that will join us too shortly. While she was an undergraduate, she knew what she wanted for her life. She researched into it. She didn't let her first course of study limit her. And she applied her heart into what she really wanted. And that led her to having a good career with KPMG and Cadbury before she launched out her own initiative called Edakis Enterprises. She's doing so much as a financial expert. And this morning she's going to inspire us, mentor us, say a lot of things that we can go home with on that aspect. We also have with us a very humble but passionate legal practitioner, Barrister Nicola Ipo. She's passionate about relationships among singles. She has a private initiative that helps young people deal with problems associated with relationship breakdown. Dr. R.S. Dauda and Mr. S.V. Oluwadare are familiar faces to us. But I can guarantee that you see them in a different light this morning. Let's please stand to honor our beloved friend. Bonjour. Please smile. Please smile. Please smile. Bonjour Bola Soni. She's a financial diva. Simple, small but mighty. You are welcome. Let's have a seat. So I want to say, I regret to announce that Professor Oshitokun, Professor Da Silva, and Dr. Mark will not be part of us this morning for understandable reasons. But I can assure you that their absence will not diminish the impact this meeting is meant to make. Before I step aside for the show to begin, let me tell you about our mission at the Redefined Education Endowment Foundation. We want to help young Nigerians develop and pursue career paths aligned with their natural abilities. So we started some work with secondary schools. We are here with higher institutions, and we still have a great eye for the professional class. We have intended projects for secondary school. We have intended support schemes for students, and we also have programs to enhance the productivity of the professional class. But the first thing we need from you is a massive followership. And I wouldn't want to shy away from this. I've discovered that there are different ways of getting the attention of the people in the corporate world. You can choose to begin to run after them. I've tried that on a couple of times, and it has not yet worked. I could remember while I was planning for the Future Leaders Summit, before SGT eventually came on board, I went to some of them within the state, and they told me, GTB told me categorically, that we have a great event, assuming it will be held in Lagos. Maybe they will have supported us. So in other words, location matters in what the corporate world want to support. But Tree Fund is not limited to Osun State. But we want to make a statement by the great followers or followership that we command. And we are in the community of young people. So we want you to make efforts, not only to begin to follow us on our different social media channels, but to also invite your friends to follow us. We have great things that we want to accomplish, but we need to give the people in the corporate world a sense that when they look at it, they know that even if they are supporting you, you have also created an advertisement platform for their products by the reason of the followers that you have. So this is one thing I want you to do for us. I want to attract the attention of the government, the corporate world, and the donors. Therefore, we need you to both follow us, like us on the social media, and as well recommend us to all your friends. We want to launch this morning. One of the great things we'll love to do, and it doesn't matter either we are doing it with this Redeemers University alone, because we are still expecting some students from other institutions around. We want to launch the campus chapters of the Redefined Education Endowment Foundation, because with that we believe that we'll be closer to the community of the people we intended to mentor and to help. We know that when young people buy into an idea, they know how to make it go around the people of their category, of their age. So by the time we'll be handling this money event, we'll learn to see some of you here that would like to be part of us. And if you go to our website, you could see somebody like Olaleo Matthew Yebode, a fresh graduate from this university, as one of the faculty members. What are we trying to say? We are saying that we are not a group of old people that are far from you. We're a group of people that are willing and ready to work with you. I have with us here a biological science association of Redeemers University. We will tell you that at some point, I've gone out with that group before. In other words, we cherish collaboration with different units, with different groups. And that is what we want to create. That's a thought we want to plant into your heart. That an island, a tree, will not succeed. It will not even make a forest. So it is when people collaborate, when they synergize, that will bring our various talents together to make great impact and positive impact in our world. And that is what we are promoting at Reform. So I wish to return to my seat, but not without the due recognition. I've recognized all my faculty members, but as somebody in our midst we we did a lot of talk behind the backdrop, even before we came to have this meeting, and he was expressing his great concerns for the attitude of young people, and he proposed a lot of suggestions, and he hasn't done so much even on our behalf this morning before coming to this meeting. He's the director of the Directorate for Student Services, and he's no other one but Dr. Oduayo Arugundade. Sir, you are welcome to one of these seats in the front. So I want to step aside. If the occasion demands, you may see my face again. But if not, I've told you I'm just a scriptwriter and I'm a playwright. You may not see me acting in this play. Thank you.